Obviously, this is a very affluent area, a lot of really successful people, so I'm really excited to see what people have to say. Let's get started. What's one piece of advice you would leave to any young person that wants to be a successful entrepreneur?
Learn from every single thing that you are doing, and everything that you're going through is part of the process, and you do always have to be looking for opportunities, and you got to be ready for opportunities, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you're doing it with everything that you have. And what I mean by this is be really focused. It doesn't matter what it is, because for example, me, I was the best waitress, I was the best hostess, I was the best bartender. But why? Because I was so submerged into what I was doing that then I'm like, oh, giving everything that you have to learning and taking everything as a learning experience, because nobody can give you experience, right? Nobody can do it for you. You can't buy experience. You learn from everything, and you never know when you're going to take that piece of information. You know, I learned crazy things from older people, younger people than me. You can learn from everybody because knowledge is based on your experiences that we've had in life.
Success is totally possible for anybody, and I think no matter what you set out to, it's 100% in you for a reason. I think if you have a dream that's God telling you you're meant to deliver a certain mission, most people give up on that mission. But if it's inside of you, just know that it's possible and it's happened in a different reality. It's just time hasn't caught up to it. You just got to push through all the hardships that come to it and just know that it's 100% guaranteed to happen for you.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into trading and stuff like that?
Start small, because when I first started, I lost a lot of money. Took me a lot of lessons. I learned the hard way. So learn from somebody who knows what they're doing, and then start real small. Maybe trade in a simulator at first, and then scale.
Just having the full picture. Who do you want in your circle of influence? What skills do you want to have? How do you want to give back to community? How do you want to be talked about at your own funeral? And really thinking about that, really thinking like, this person loved life, they were adventurous, they were giving, they were free-spirited, or they were very loyal. And there's no right or wrong, there's just me and knowing what I want. If I were to die 5 years from now, what do I want people to say about me?
Wow.
And do that.
That's powerful. Do you have any advice for someone that wants to become self-employed?
Yeah, I think you gotta look at yourself as a business honestly and say, what are my skills? What am I good at? And can I make enough money doing that to make it worth the risk? Because obviously there's a risk and reward. And is it gonna be worth all the battles and fighting and the times that you're gonna not make as much and have less security?
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into investing?
Ignore the day-to-day noise and be more of a long-term investor. Buying companies or real estate that is making a profit now, not a future idea. If you were 70% sure about what to sell and 70% sure about what to buy, you've got to be right about both of those events. 7 times 7, 49. It's about 49% chance of being right about both. What if what you sold continued to go up? What if the next thing you bought started to go down? There's two different events that you can make a mistake. The idea that they're going to be right enough and never wrong, not going to happen.
Do you have any tips for people that want to become self-employed?
For those that are wanting to be self-employed, you might find that over your career, you would have to hold a part-time job in order to, one, build your social network, and two, even if you transition out or leave that job, you'll be able to port back into that company and invest in those relationships even after you leave.
Do you have any advice for someone that wants to get into tech sales?
Yeah, start as a sales development representative. Do like an internship program. There's a bunch of things like in the Bay Area, but even outside of that, things you could do online where they essentially teach you skills like project management or sales development or even cold calling, and can hook you up with a job right afterwards.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into personal training?
First of all, you have to really love people. You have to really work on making and building a connection with people, but most importantly, you gotta love what you do. If you love working out, then yeah, go for it. If you don't really like working out, but you want to become a personal trainer, it's probably not the job for you.
Do you have any advice for people that want to gym more consistently, but just can't bring themselves to do that?
Find a workout that you like to do. I think you have a better rate of success if you find something you like and you can stick with it easier. It's all about consistency.
Are there any workout programs that you recommend?
I like running. It's easy in terms of just getting outside and just moving your body. Just anything that just motivates you or just moves you in a different way.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into teaching yoga?
I just say follow your heart, and if it's something that calls you, then follow your heart and do it. You have to really be of service. It's not just for the money, it's really about following your heart and really be of service to people.
Do you have any advice for people that want to save more money?
Eat out less, shop less, and save your money.
What's a piece of advice you have for people that want to get into entrepreneurship?
Stick with it. Don't let anyone deter you from chasing a dream.
My best advice for that, for anyone who is like an aspiring entrepreneur, I guess, on YouTube you get a lot of different ideas for side hustles, and you really have to just try everything once in order to like find out what works for you.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into that?
Become an assistant editor.
Okay.
Is the best way to start.
How do you do that?
There are a lot of editing houses in big cities across the world. Approach them, start off. Normally you have to start as a like a runner or whatever, and work your way up. Or you find film editors, big name film editors, and you contact them.
What advice would you have for someone that wants to become self-employed?
Depends what you want to do. You've got to be ready just to take time, just having the patience to kind of keep at it and build up, because it won't always happen straight away.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into real estate investing?
Just do it, just start. I got into it at a young age, and I started learning at a young age, and you know, with time, things will come with it.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into real estate?
Get your license. Earners are learners, so learn and then obviously take the time to perfect your craft and stay consistent with it.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into sales engineering?
Hustle. There's a lot of great resources online. There's a lot of untraditional ways that you can create your own lane in this industry. And there's a lot of good support networks too, like Women Who Code if you're underrepresented. There's a lot of groups that help support the community and growth in untraditional ways.
Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Absolutely. If you think you can, go out and do it. A lot of times people don't give themselves too much credit or confidence, and you're going to fail. Most people are not willing to fail. That road to failure, you learn a lot, and then you just got to bounce yourself back up and continue to drive forward and having that mindset, because in life, nothing comes easy. And you have to be able to be resilient and then manifest exactly what you want. And if you're able to take the time and put in the work, you will achieve it.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into licensing or something similar?
Get out there and don't be afraid to fail. Because through that failure, you'll not only learn, but you'll get opportunities where even when I was in real estate, first 1-2 properties I bought, I lost a lot of money on, but I gained a lot of experience. And I was lucky enough to be able to hold on, and they're profitable now. So I mean, with real estate, as long as you hold on, but obviously do as much homework as you can and don't be afraid to try new things. But number two, I know it sounds really cliche, but if you do what you're actually interested in, you'll put in the extra time, because no matter what you do nowadays, it's really competitive. So if you're out like, oh, hey, doctors make a lot of money, let me go get certified, try to be a doctor, you're probably not going to be the best doctor because you're doing it just for the money. But if you do what you enjoy, you'll put in the extra work without feeling like it's work. And then ultimately, you'll find a way to monetize it.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into interior design?
Work hard, network, and being proud of what you're putting out there. Interior design is subjective. Not everybody will like your work, but that's what makes your work unique. Just putting your personal spin on it.
Do you have any advice for networking?
Social media, mostly.
Okay.
Social media is going to be your best bet, where you're building a network, you're talking to people that are in the industry, learn from them, listen with your ears, not with your mouth. They always tell me that, and I couldn't agree with them more.
Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Don't give up. Like, I know sometimes it gets tough, and there's the bad side, there's the good side. Don't believe everything you see on social media. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that we don't get to see. We just see like the end result, but there's a lot more behind the scene that's going on that's getting you to that extent.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into that?
Yeah, think different, right? Push hard. The mistake that everybody has on YouTube is that they think people don't work hard and it all looks fun. And what happens is you got to bust your ass all day long, every day, 7 days a week, just like you guys do, right? People probably think your job's easy. Is it?
It's not that easy.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, work hard, be good at your craft, be unique, pay attention, listen.
Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Inspiring entrepreneurs, believe in yourself, work hard, never give up, and don't give a fuck about nobody's opinions, thoughts, or concerns. It's all about you. This world belongs to you. Create your own earth and then monetize it.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into that field?
I didn't learn from anyone. I did a bunch of research. There's a lot of information out there, whether it's Google or YouTube. And the next thing I would definitely say to do is just do it. Don't question yourself, just do it.
Do you have any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
For sure, don't quit, never give up. I know that sounds cliche, but there's been a few times in my almost 10 years of entrepreneurship where almost giving up, I just kept going, If I gave up, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So yeah, don't give up. That's my advice.
So there you have it, a bunch of really great advice from some really successful young people. Once again, I also want to thank my friends for agreeing to be in this video. Every day I'm super inspired by them. I love talking with successful people, especially when they're so young and they've achieved so much at such a young age. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to share it with a friend, hit that like button, and also subscribe for more videos just like this. I make a ton of content about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and investing. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.